Welcome to the deep dive. Today we're digging into some shared materials you sent over. These travel stories, right? Aimed at boosting English skills.
Exactly. And our mission, so to speak, is to pull out what they teach us about, well, handling those communication bumps and cultural clashes you hit when traveling.
Yeah, find some practical stuff we can maybe use ourselves. The stories cover a bit of everything. Funny language mistakes, awkward cultural moments.
And even times when people connect without really speaking the same language at all. It's pretty interesting how these simple tales touch on big ideas about interaction.
Definitely shows how easily things can go wrong, but also how, we manage to connect anyway.
Right, resilience.
Okay, so let's dive into one of those language hiccups. Mark Thompson in Japan accidentally ordering a totally wrong meal. That one stood out.
Oh, yeah. But what's key is how he reacted. He didn't just, get flustered.
No, he used it. Turned the mistake into a conversation starter. Made it funny.
Exactly. And that's a huge takeaway, I think. Approaching those language messes with a bit of humor. It can really break the ice.
Lets it less scary, maybe.
Totally. It suggests that showing you're not perfect, that vulnerability can actually, build a bridge rather than a wall.
Good point. Okay, shifting gears a bit. Cultural mistakes. Sarah Lee's story, using a hand gesture that turned out to be, well, pretty rude where she was.
Mm-hmm. That's a classic travel pitfall, isn't it? Easy to do without even realizing.
Definitely. But the reaction she got was understanding, which is maybe hopeful.
Yeah.
And she learned a big lesson.
Absolutely. And her experience really highlights why doing a little homework on cultural norms before you go is so important.
You think people actually do that enough?
Well, that's the question, isn't it? It's not just about not offending someone, though. That's key. It's also about showing respect. It deepens the whole travel experience, I think.
Right. It's easy to just focus on the sights and the schedule. But like Sarah's story shows, just a bit of awareness goes a long way for, better interactions.
For sure.
Now, something maybe more positive, Alex Chen. Communicating with another traveler, hardly any shared language, right? Just exploring a city together.
Yeah, mostly using gestures, body language, pointing at things.
And it worked. They managed to connect, explore. It kind of breaks down that idea that language is everything.
It really does. Alex's story is a beautiful illustration of that, actually.
Mhm.
Our nonverbal cues, our willingness to just try and connect. It's powerful.
It suggests that even when words fail us, there are other ways, other tools we have.
Exactly. We find common ground through the shared experience itself sometimes.
It's a solid reminder that communication is, well, it's complicated, lots of layers.
Mm-hmm.
So, wrapping up this deep dive then, we've seen how humor helps with language mix-ups, like Mark's story.
Uh-huh. And how being mindful of culture, like Sarah learned, makes interactions smoother and more respectful.
And finally, how connection is possible even without many words, like Alex showed us. The power of just being present and using gestures.
It all points to being adaptable and open, really.
Yeah. So maybe a final thought for everyone listening. Think about a time you hit a communication wall. Could be language, could be cultural, anything.
Right. What did you actually learn from that moment? And maybe thinking about Mark, Sarah, and Alex today, how might you tackle a similar situation differently next time? Something to chew on.